So you might recall Wednesday morning, he called for trial by combat. I took up that challenge, but he hasn't called me yet. So I guess it's not gonna happen at this point. But anyway, he said yesterday or 2 days ago that it was just a Game of Thrones reference when he told them that. He says, quote, "I was referencing the kind of trial that took place for Tyrion in that very famous documentary about fictitious medieval England," which I guess is a joke, sort of. Anyway, when Tyrion, who's a very small man, is accused of murder, he didn't commit murder, he can't defend himself, and he hires a champion to defend him. Okay, so you were making a reference to another depiction of trial by combat. That's not different than trial by combat. That was a trial by combat. So I don't understand how that's supposed to protect you from calls that you were telling people to engage in trial by combat that morning, and then they went and they beat a cop to death. I guess it's funny, but it's not really defense at this point.
No, and if he expects us to believe that he actually watched Game of Thrones, that's the greater offense that whoever wrote that for him or advised him to say that or whatever, that is an epic fail. That we believe that he had the attention span to watch Game of Thrones, to even get in deep enough to that episode and to that part of the series. We don't believe. So whoever thought that it was cool or strategic or slick to say that failed, which is just, like it's just an indicator of the whole circus. It's the whole circus, not just the people you see, but the people behind the scenes, the advisors. The whole thing is just a dog and pony show. And I keep quoting Malcolm X because Malcolm X is my favorite. But I just sit here and I think about the call to action for violence is because they never thought that they're not gonna be affected by it. And quite honestly, I think they were just that desperate enough to call for violence to the people that oppose their goal, not oppose their principles and their values or what they really stand for, but oppose the goals that they have to capitalize and continue to make money off of the suffering and the struggle of the American people. And they wanted to get rid of anybody who stood in the way of that. And that is what indicates how horrible these human beings are. And anybody who was complicit in that, who stood around and amended, they are all responsible and they all have blood on their hands. They scream Blue Lives Matter, and that man that got beat with an extinguisher didn't matter in that moment. And it's just horrible how these people have been driven into a state of believing that this is okay. And we minimize it, but that's how it happened in Germany. And that's how it happened, in America with slavery. And that is how it always happens. And then here we go. Nah.
I've missed you. Also, I agree. I don't think he actually watches it. But if he did get to that part of the show, that was like one of my favorite moments.
Me too.
It was a good time.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.